And as we head into a weekend that could reach triple-digit temperatures, local doctors are reminding everyone to take this heat seriously. Aspen Shumpert joins us, who spoke to a trauma surgeon here in Boise. Aspen, what should we keep in mind?
With their activities this weekend, but they want to remind you about a few things that could really prevent you from having to take a trip to the emergency room.
All right, buddy, come on. It's hot.
And temperatures in southern Idaho will either approach or reach triple digits this weekend, which is early for this time of year.
Summer is trauma season, and we're in the full swing of it here.
With more people recreating outside, St. Alphonsus trauma surgeon Caleb Mincer says trauma-related injuries are on the rise.
You'd see mountain bike crashes, skateboard accidents.
But Ethan Taub, another trauma surgeon at St. Al's, warns anyone spending time in the heat can find themselves in trouble.
I think people just think that it won't happen to them, that they're young and healthy, and heat exhaustion or heat stroke is something that they won't be afflicted by. But this is something that can happen to anyone.
Both doctors say there's a few things they want you to start thinking about now.
Hydrate or die. You know, that's one of the sayings that's around, and they're serious. It's, you know, even if you don't feel thirsty, you need to drink. And another thing to do is remember, when it's hot, avoid a lot of alcohol. Just keep putting the water down.
They stressed hydrating is not something you can do last minute.
Hydration is not something you can do a few minutes before you go outside in the heat. This is an ongoing process that you should be doing not just with plain water, but with balanced electrolyte beverages.
And when out in the sun, a critical warning that you or anyone you're with are at risk for heat-related illness is when you stop sweating.
We all respond to the heat the same, and so the little ones can't speak for themselves. Our elderly population may not voice that. By the time you stop sweating, that's because you've exhausted all of your body's ability to cool yourself down.
Now, if you are someone that is thinking about floating the Boise River this weekend, Boise Parks and Rec are advising people to hold off on that. It is not officially float season yet. A reminder that official float season wasn't even until the last few days of June last year. Boise Parks and Rec says there's a few variables that need to go into play in order for that to officially happen, including Boise Fire still checking their last checks of hazards. But Jude, it is open season for the outdoor pools, so people can go enjoy those. Splash pads, Boise Park and Rec say that's a better option for this weekend if you're trying to cool off.
All right. Thank you, Aspen.